We're live.
We're live. Everybody, welcome back. Woo! We're getting closer to a normal life every
We
day.
didn't get arrested for bands on the roof.
Not yet.
We want a band on the run.
I am going a cappella later on.
We're going to put Guerin on the roof. If you saw any of our roof concerts, I hope you had a good time.
And those of you in Aptos, I apologize profusely for having too much fun on top of the Cafe Rio. I apologize for
They
that.
didn't like that down there.
No, they didn't like me.
Well,
down
some
there.
people liked it. I got some good feedback.
Did you read the article in the Aptos Times?
No.
Yeah, I didn't go good.
Uh-oh.
And most of those people came from Los Gatos and bought their house out there in Aptos, California.
Well, besides all that, welcome to tonight's Off the Lip radio show. We're streaming live on Santa Cruz Waves. Thank you, T Fox, for allowing us to do that. And we're still on our coronavirus crew here, so we can't read your comments tonight, but we love to hear where you're listening from. And I will take a peek in a little bit if you have a question for Guerin, or if you slept with him in the past or something. Let us know how he was.
Ask him where his wallet is.
Does he have his wallet?
Yeah, it's so far up, you know what.
It's so far up your ass.
So if you've
It's
seen
only in my
Guerin's
change
wallet
first.
tonight,
Let's help. Well, hang on.
yeah. I'm surprised you noticed that. Yeah.
Help wanted.
Yeah. This is only because our government gives away so much insane unemployment money that nobody wants to
Well,
work.
TC's tired.
So if you have somebody in your household looking for a job, send them down to the Santa Cruz boardroom. Tell them to bring a resume.
Honest people.
Can I make
Yeah.
one more announcement before we start?
Yes.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
To
birthday
me?
to you.
It was yesterday.
Happy
know,
birthday
baby.
to C.
Now you're old and they should too.
It sucks getting old. They go by faster, I think. It's
I
weird.
don't have them
Yeah.
anymore. I stopped.
I think I might be. Oh, you're older. I'm older than you guys, though.
Oh yeah, you guys are definitely.
You're probably the pup.
No, I am.
Really?
Yeah, he is.
Just by a couple months or so.
You're the big dog.
Yeah, well, I'll fucking kick all your guys' asses.
Let's introduce our guests.
Husband. What did I say to you? What did I say earlier? Husband, father,
Howie.
surf photographer,
Gringo.
passionate man. One of the most passionate men I know, Mr. Dave Nelly Nelson.
Dave Nelly Nelson is in the house, everybody.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
And everyone knows the other
I
guy.
got a new puppy.
Everyone knows the other guy.
You brought a puppy?
Oh, his puppy. His puppy is.
I'm his dog, huh?
No, not that
Puppy
puppy.
took a good slam.
Are you going to introduce the influencer?
No, everyone knows who that is.
Okay, well, Guerin's here tonight, everybody.
Hey everybody.
What's your Instagram handle so to follow you?
Just
Influencing?
Myall Snaps.
MYALL Snaps.
Yeah.
The influencer.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Haven't been
Guerin.
doing too much influencing later,
Lately.
Lately. Yeah.
You know, earlier you said Guerin always brings Nelly always brings a date to the show.
He does.
Yeah.
Every show brings a date.
Yeah.
Best looking one so far, thank you, besides his wife.
Yeah. You invite,
my
you know,
security
you invite Nelly. I was stoked. Yeah, I'd love to come down there.
Yeah.
24 hours later, can I bring?
Can I bring a date? Well, thanks for bringing a date,
Security
Dave.
blanket. Yeah.
Nelly, what's happening? You're everywhere all the time. What's the coronavirus? Is that tough for you?
Yeah, it was a little hectic, you know.
Normally
especially
you're
at
in
first.
white. No, you're back from white by
No,
then.
I'm back from
Yeah.
Y by then, but you know, the beginning was a little scary, and you didn't know what to believe. All that different media you'd see everywhere, and my daughter has really bad asthma. And
Oh.
Actually, so do I, but she's got worse than me. So
I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, that was there was some fear going down. It's,
Now, you have to hold your breath a lot.
no.
Does that and how does that work? Your asthma is obviously under control, or else you wouldn't be able to.
I actually had really bad asthma when I was a kid, and I kind of grew out of it, but if I get around the wrong animal, like especially cats, cat dander, shit like that, it gets hectic.
And you're
But,
on. Psh, psh.
Yeah.
Don't you have one of those too? Do you have? Psh, psh?
No, that's right
no,
here.
my wife does.
That's right. He's sensible.
Are you looking for my wallet in your ass still?
No, there's a gas for that side.
Yeah.
Oh boy. And by the way, everybody, I just want to say we're not wearing masks tonight, and here's why. If you look across the street at the restaurant, there's currently 35 people on the deck sitting shoulder to
Yeah,
shoulder with
please.
no masks on.
No COVID over
Yeah,
there.
and so we
This is
figure if they
COVID.
can do that over there, we can do it in here. So just want to let you know we're not breaking the rules.
But we're still being careful.
Yeah, we're still being careful.
Sanitizer.
Hand sanitizer, you know.
Yeah.
So,
I went
Yeah.
to the march yesterday at the lane,
Yeah.
and it was crazy. It was
Yeah.
out of control. There was like at least, I don't know,
2,000
55
people?
No,
More than that?
500, 6,000 people there.
That's
and it was
crazy.
just like-
were they wearing masks?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
A
everyone.
lot of them were, right?
Everyone.
I'd say at least 95% were.
What did you bring back? Who was? Because I saw a picture of Austin Smith holding a board that looked cool. Someone put
Yeah.
on there.
Yeah.
Was there something that caught your eye during that you remember the most?
God, there were so many good signs. Pretty much everyone had one. Just a lot of, what you'd expect to be there. Black Lives Matter and, George Floyd stuff and just a lot of awareness
Yeah.
towards
Seems
the.
Do you think this will change, or just a fad, or do you think that we're going to be caring about it next year? Do you think next year if somebody wants to have a walk down West Cliff, that we're going to be able to get 5,500 people together, or just this part of the news right now?
I am hoping that this is the beginning of
Something
good
that
stuff.
change?
You know what I mean? And
Because first, go ahead. Let me interrupt you again.
no, go ahead.
Personally, if you see a black person, it's a human being. It's
just a person.
It's a buddy of mine. It's somebody I want to talk to. It's somebody interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand these people that are gonna have that have just categorized different colors of people. I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
If we look, we're sitting on the moon looking at a planet Earth. It's fucked up. It's fucking broken, and we're the only ones that can choose something about it. And we don't have to think about it. We shouldn't be in this state in the first place.
I
It's
think
ridiculous.
that's what's so rad about this whole series of events is it's made everyone slow down just enough so that they're actually aware of their surroundings a little bit. And everybody's got to see what's really going on, and slow down enough to just go, whoa, like, this is hectic.
And perhaps the shelter in place had made us go into second gear or first gear with the handbrake on, and we were already slow. And this thing here, because we were in first gear with the handbrake on, this really came to the forefront. What happened?
Well, you have
Yeah.
36 million people unemployed. You have people in their houses for 3 months. They're pissed already. Let's
Yeah.
throw some gas on the fire. And you want to see some raw emotion. That's what we're seeing right now. Interesting thing about the march yesterday is I heard they marched downtown and proceeded to tag the police station or something.
I heard about that.
Yeah, which I thought was
I was
pretty
gone,
interesting.
gone by then, but that's like kind of minor,
I think that was an ex-cop that did that too.
You think so?
I don't know. I would.
Well,
Just
you
because
always-
I'm pissed, I got kicked
You're
off.
always going to have the
before.
hooligan, the hoodlum. That's gonna do that.
Well,
I
it's
mean, if
interesting.
that's the worst that's gonna happen,
Yeah.
that's pretty dang minor, I mean.
Today
it's
I
like-
saw security at the Target store up the street, and I was like, "What the heck's going on?" They said, "Well, there's a social media thing going around to loot all Targets today." Yeah, and you're like, "Well, that's not protesting. That's just me."
It's not.
No, and so whoever organizes that is an asshole.
I agree.
That's all.
Well, they're
I'm gonna
ruining
say.
it for the people who are actually doing something for the cause, which is basically bringing awareness to cops that are prejudiced and racist and are killing black people.
Right.
Well, and here's
For
another
no
one that
reason.
here's another one that really got me going is they looted the Patagonia store.
I know.
Yeah.
If there's ever a company that has attempted to make a difference in these people's lives, which in my opinion would be a Patagonia.
And they're walking out with surfboards,
Yeah.
and they're surfers too.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just
Well, I
disgusting.
saw, and it's unsubstantiated news, that one of those people actually runs a surf school in Santa Monica
Wow.
that walked out with surfboards. Yeah.
Just couldn't resist.
Yeah.
Couldn't help himself.
That's bad. In hindsight,
It's funny
Really
how
wish it
that
would've been
herd
caught.
mentality of like.
Cece,
people
let me
just
ask you,
get
you're a
caught up in
business
the
owner.
moment.
Yeah.
You have a beautiful store here,
Yes.
right? I mean, have you talked about it or prepared? I mean, you may not want to answer this, but prepared for something like that to happen here? Because sometimes we just go through life going, it won't happen here, it won't happen here. Next thing you know, it happens.
it can happen to anybody, anytime. And I think that anyone who loots should think that means it's okay for me to go loot your house.
Yeah.
What's good for the goose?
Yeah. So if you have the mentality that I'm just gonna go and ruin people's lives and break into their businesses and steal their stuff, that's fine. But I should be able to come to your house and loot your house too.
Right, that's good.
And that's just a terrible earth if it comes to that. to have that mentality. It's not what anybody. So we've had a lot of protests over the years for rights, and all the people whose death or miss how they were taken care of were gonna go out and march and protest. They would all be pissed off if people acted like that.
Right. I know what worries me. What worries me is the person, I'm going to say this, is the person governing this country. You know, I just think that what's going on in Washington, it's a boat that doesn't have a rudder. It's out of control. It's going around in circles.
Are we going to politics now?
I'm hungry.
It is beyond, I mean.
You know, I mean, Guerin, I'm going to ask this, Guerin. I'm from Brighton, England, born and raised in England. We gave you this country. Now I think we want it back, and we'll straighten it out. Let the Queen straighten it out, and then we'll give it back to you again. British rule for a while?
Hell no.
We have to eat your food too?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna protest.
You know,
Let me tell you a
lead
story.
the way.
why? Fair.
So I've throughout my the last 25 years of traveling and shooting photos and going around the world, I've had probably 100 people maybe safely hit me up on Facebook or DM me on Instagram or email me or whatever, and just go, "What is wrong with you guys?" And I go, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "Dude, how dumb do you have to be to elect a president like that? Are you kidding me? Like, there's not one person that says you guys are killing it with that guy."
Mm-hmm.
And they don't care about the economy. The economy, everybody cares about the economy, but you don't put that first, right? I don't.
No, I don't.
put it
No.
first.
What's first?
What's first is your family, your friends, your neighbors.
Oh, I agree.
your
community,
town,
but
your community, and you know, human rights. I mean, all of it. Everything's first before the economy. I had a friend of mine come up to me the other day, and we were arguing about Trump, and he said, "Well, you have the economy booming. I mean, what else do you need?" And I just went, "Wow, like, are you kidding me? Like, what else do I need? Well, I need a lot of things before that. You know what I mean?"
Right.
It's funny.
And I know that I'm spoiled, and I'm the 1% that gets to live like we do. You
Yeah,
know,
right.
But at the same time, it's like, are you like?
We also
Don't
you have
subscribe
to
to
work
that way
every
of
day.
thinking at all.
Well, because you care about the rest of the country, and the rest of the country is just I say that it's just a rudderless ship. You know, no one's can we who is leading this country? And what's our goal? What's our goal 6 months from now? What's our goal a year from now? Where are we going?
I don't know.
Well, I think
Well,
I'll tell you something that
I know
happened.
where I hope we're going.
Well, yeah.
And that's away from him.
Well, I think a couple of days ago, it really hit me because I saw where he decided he wanted to gas peaceful protesters so he could stand in front of a church holding a Bible he doesn't read and stand in front of a church he doesn't attend. And I just and supposedly that segment of America backs him. How can they back him? If that's one of you.
Mind-blowing.
Yeah. So to me, his election, and to me, that was a breaking point for him, because his base is his base, but you can't screw with religion,
Yeah.
and I feel like that's been real blatant with him, and I feel like that's a segment that he needs to even compete.
There's no way he's got a religious
I brought
bone in
that
his
up.
body.
I brought that up today with a friend of mine, a friend of ours that loves to conspiracy theorize on social media, and he didn't have an answer for what he did in front of St. John's Church 2 days ago.
Yeah.
He couldn't defend him.
Well,
And when his allies can't defend that, then that to me is a problem.
Did you guys see what the general said? The general.
Oh yeah, Mattis,
Yeah.
Madman.
Brought that.
Mad Dog.
So I could
Mad
read
Dog.
that.
Yeah, Mad Dog.
Made me so happy.
He said, yeah, those are hard words.
And I think more political, like the Senate and more of the political parties, even the Republican Party, they need to stand up. If they don't like what's going on, they need to say something. I'm glad someone finally stood up to him. You know?
Somebody with 50 years of military service.
Exactly.
You know, think about
He's
that.
calling BS on him.
Yeah, 50 years of military service.
okay, we're going to change the subject.
I'm ready.
Let's talk about our community, because the community is doing pretty good. I mean, the community, we keep the COVID, there's only 2 cases. 50% of the cases
2
are
deaths,
in
you mean?
Watsonville. What's that?
Two deaths.
2 deaths, only 2 deaths.
We haven't
the
had
people
cases.
people who lead this community have got to thank their lucky stars. This has not to hit the homeless. It's just, I don't know how it's avoided them. I have no idea.
I think Santa Cruz did a pretty good job of
Shutting
shutting it down. You
Right.
know, it was good to do it. It was good for people to get back into family life. You know, talk to their kids and keep an eye on them. You know, and
Would you, like across the street there where there's always people on the deck,
Yeah.
they're not social distancing, they're not from around here, would you go eat over there?
no,
And-
I
no.
mean, honestly, no.
You know, I mean,
I'm not scared.
you got someone like, you got people like Senior Pono
Haven't really seen it.
have got it
Yeah.
organized, they got it set up correctly,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They go by the rules. I mean, I think that thing there is just, that thing there,
That
is-
looks a little close for me.
right?
Yeah.
Currently, a little close.
Well, it's just, you know, like they should have a table and then an empty table, and then another table and then an empty table. That's the way it is.
Or eliminate a
that's how it
couple.
was.
Well, I think we're gonna. I mean, I would be amazed if the country overall doesn't see some sort of spike in cases because we're testing and people. I saw a photo of a protester spitting in a cop's face. Like you could
Yes.
see moisture coming out, and I'm
Yeah.
like, well, that's not social distancing,
Right.
you know. And so I wouldn't be surprised if
Oh,
we
there
see
has to be.
a
I mean, are
spike.
you kidding me? I've been marching for 10 days straight, you know?
I've been here every day for a month talking to customers, whether it was sidewalk sales or now they can come in the store. Everybody I talk to says I had it in February. I mean, it's insane. We know that whether it's the flu or a cold or a cough, you don't know, but so many people are like, wow, I was out for 2 weeks in
I was
February.
super,
Yeah.
I was dying. Twice on December and February.
Who got
Twice.
tested in February? Nobody.
Nobody.
Yeah.
I don't even know barely anybody that's still been tested.
I don't know anyone who's been. Oh, one of my employees got tested because at UCSC, they're testing for free. And he said it was so painful. They stuffed this thing in his nose.
far,
He
yeah.
thought it was coming out his ear.
Right.
Yeah, he said it was
No.
insane. Yeah. He bled out of the corner of his eye.
Yeah.
That's how far they got that thing in his nose.
That's ridiculous.
It seems like there could be
But
an
back
easier
to
way to
back to that,
Right.
yeah, I'm really super grateful to live in Santa Cruz. We definitely have gotten super lucky, and this is like a bubble sanctuary, you know what I mean? And that was just a crazy run of waves we had. It was just, I've never surfed this much in 15 years.
Right, the surf's been excellent. It's
Yeah.
nonstop.
I just keep, you know, for
Would you
my
get-
family's sake and all my friends' sake,
Yeah.
being so grateful that we have had that. Not just waves, but sunny, glassy.
Yeah, the weather's
It's been
been
like
amazing.
ridiculous.
80 degrees.
So it was a perfect time for us, you know, I mean, that's super selfish sounding, but it's definitely helped to get us through this, really,
Well, you're a family man. You got some, I'm sure, some great family time in.
yeah,
You know, and as everybody did.
lots.
You know, I think if you could, as in a relationship, if you come out of this better than going into it with your relationship, you're golden.
Yeah.
What do you cruise control?
Now, what do you think surfing's going? What do you think the WSL and surfing's headed for someone like, let's say for someone like Matt Young or any other surf professionals? Where do you think the sport's headed?
It was kind of going down the tubes as far as sponsorships go and stuff like that.
Right.
Anyways, you know, for a guy as good as Matt Young to not have a sponsor, and you know, I don't even know, like maybe half the tour is unsponsored right now. So that's a sign of the times. You know, a lot of the companies are folding
Well,
Holding or selling
because
out to
of the
big-
coronavirus, and some not because of just because it's.
They've sold out to the
I don't
bigger.
know if it's the online sales
Right.
versus the brick and mortar stores,
Right.
or what it is, but it's just not killing it anymore. You
Well,
know?
I think it's really tough in today's environment. I know firsthand from running a skateboard shop. When you buy something off Amazon, they do not sponsor any kids. They do not put on events.
They
They
don't do
do
anything.
not do
They
any
do
marketing.
nothing.
They don't donate to little league teams. They don't help out when there's a cancer benefit. It drains the energy out of the sport every time you do that.
Every time.
And that's the state of mind. Whoa, there's a bunch of chicks out there.
You want my autograph? You want me to sign something?
Fan clubs out there. And so I think that's a huge part of it that people don't even understand they're doing. You know, and I think that's a big part of surfing right now. I
That's
think
something that you can raise the awareness about right now. Just so you know, I've never ordered one thing from Amazon.
Well, you got Costco.
Well, that's-
you have
that's
Costco, the number one selling board maker, right?
Yeah.
they're number one in the world.
Have this been a Costco anything?
The thing
Costco
about Costco,
contest?
the thing about Costco is they make such lemon boards that it's like a separate sport. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so everybody's got to have a Costco board so their kid doesn't get injured, and they have to have a real board. You know what I mean?
Or hopefully
no
they
one's
buy one.
mistaking those for a real board.
Right, no.
And you know, like where I surf, if you paddle on a Costco board, you get hassled.
Right.
Not the point,
No.
but at another spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know,
You've been finding
the beginner spots.
Well, I
they
think
let
you
those
get vibed
fly.
there no matter what you're riding, actually.
What?
you get vibed there.
When I get
no matter what you're riding.
TC, when I get five, I ride my 12-foot paddleboard there.
Every day?
Yeah.
Welcome or not.
It's another.
He's no way is he welcome there.
It's another one of those things that some people, you know, you can justify it, you know, because like when my daughter was starting to surf, she started surfing really early, like maybe 3 years old. There was no way I was letting her go out on a big hunk of fiberglass with a sharp fin.
No.
And so I taught her on a foam board. So
Right.
all of a sudden, foam boards became cool to me.
Right.
Right.
Even though they're
Well, and
lame.
also on that paddle out yesterday, the day before yesterday, you guys were on foam boards,
Of course,
right?
yeah. But I wasn't on a Costco board.
True.
I think those are just made cheaply, but they're good for,
But they're not putting anything back into the sport.
no.
They're monetizing the popularity of the sport. They're not putting anything back into the sport.
Costco's really not making any money. Costco makes money on their membership.
Right.
That's how they make. I believe they.
Pure
Yeah, I
profit.
think I heard that, but they not everything they sell is not
It's like 10% above
right. The
wholesale.
memberships are the way they
Yeah.
make their money.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm not a member.
That is a crazy deal. How about for you being a surf photographer? You must be feeling it as well.
You know, I am, yeah. But I have been for a long time.
Right.
And so, luckily for me, I saw the writing on the wall and started shooting other photos
And doing your own business and stuff too.
doing my own businesses with my hats and my prints and everything like that, and just doing fun projects. Me and Guerin have a couple fun projects that we're working on that's actually turning into something really good. You know, like one of the ones is with Bay Photo Lab is really awesome.
Right. I really love Bay Photo Lab. Maybe you guys might have saw it. I did that TV show way back when.
Yeah.
I just got all the masters, and they are totally helping me get these things on DVDs.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I have oh my gosh, I can't wait to get this back. But they're great people. And can you discuss what you're doing with Bay Photo Lab?
One of the projects, yeah, I'm doing that. You Got Nelly. It's a series that we're doing, and me and Guerin just go around and film. I make a big metal print of someone that I'm shooting with a lot, and
Yes, he makes a big metal print. I'm gonna go ahead. So basically, what happens is Nelly's been shooting these surfers for years, and he's chosen some of his favorite photos, and we've gone to some of the bigger surfers in the world that have a following. So we go over there and we surprise attack them with a print from Bay Photo that prints out one of Nelly's insane photos, and we go present it to them, and then we talk about the photo, and hopefully we have some other video footage, and we have a new one coming out. I'm gonna have to say next week because this has taken a long time.
it's a big
to
one,
do.
and this one's going to be the hardest one to edit down. Just
The
because
video?
There's so much
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
But the last one we did was Kai Lenny, and that one came out incredible. And me and Guerin flew over from Oahu to Maui, and we met him at his house, and we did this whole piece, and it came out pretty rad.
And we got some pretty fun stories.
So these
out
are
of
short,
it
like
as well.
short 5-minute videos?
Yeah.
Or, yeah, like that?
Basically.
We basically we try to do. At first, we were trying to just do little small 1-minute Instagram ones and just pack everything in there.
can't do that.
And you can't do that. You
Right.
can't share that much information.
Right.
And because there's way too many storytellings, that these guys are wanting to talk, And we did another one with Koa Rothman, and he got to talk about this experience on this Chopu wave, and but he was telling us right before he got that wave, his brother ate it. He
Like, almost.
Ate it.
Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad.
You know,
I remember that.
Yeah, I like that project. You know, Kai, I was thinking about Kai. He doesn't have a problem with sponsors.
No.
Is that? I mean, when you think about that, it's not just. He seems to be doing just fine.
Well, you know, when it comes down to it, there's a few people. It's kind of like the Michael Jordan syndrome, where Michael Jordan, like Nike, just took all the money and said, "Okay, you guys are all fired.
Give
We're
it to
going
one
to give
guy.
it all to Michael Jordan."
Right.
And so those guys all got fucked.
Right.
Michael Jordan got all the money.
Right.
And that's what's happening in surfing. You know, I mean, it's like Kai Lenny, like
John.
when we flew over to Maui. Guess what video we watched on the monitor, and guess who was on the cover of the magazine? It was all Kai Lenny, Kai Lenny, Kai Lenny, Kai Lenny. You know, and so of course he's not gonna have a problem with sponsors.
Right.
He thinks he's Italian.
But he also, he's also a freak.
He's a freak.
And so that's
He's
so
the
entertaining.
ambassador of Aloha too. It's
For
like
sure.
The guy is the coolest.
So rad.
I don't know one person that doesn't like him.
When is Landon McNamara coming back?
Landon, I don't know. He's got a new little baby.
Yeah, he has a little baby. Yeah.
And they're just
Who's that, you see?
basically-
Landon.
Oh, McNamara?
Yeah, I've been watching him a lot on
He's good.
YouTube, and he's such an amazing musician. And when he came to our show,
He
to
was
me
very
that
good.
was one of the best shows. He was so
That was-
great that night.
Yeah, that was
You know,
awesome.
and he's another ambassador of Aloha. You know, he just feels it. You can feel it in him.
Yeah.
So I miss him. If we can get him back on the show, I would.
We will get him back on
Yeah,
there for
I would
sure.
be psyched.
You got a
He'll be
new
back.
kid. You
He's
got a new kid right now. You're not going anywhere.
No, he's dug in for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's dug in.
yeah, but they.
He's not though.
Really?
He came down and he played in Long Beach
Yeah.
for that big reggae festival down there, and then that was like the
Right
beginning
before.
of the,
Beginning of the end.
yeah, the
Right.
beginning of the end of
I feel like Cali Roots should be right now because I just saw the Common Kings
Yeah,
last night.
It was.
Yeah,
supposed to be.
they did like an online Cali Roots. And,
I don't know
and-
why I would know this.
And but the Comic Kings did a
Your
really,
secret lover.
badass deal for that. So
I've
that's
been to try Cali Roots the last 4 years in a row.
a great show.
Pretty much
The
amazing.
best band.
Yeah.
What a great. And I hope that next summer our lives are all back to normal because I love live music and I feel like that's one thing I really miss. And that's why we were doing the show.
I know, that's right. You and Lauren are
Yeah,
always going to all those shows.
Yeah, we love shows, man. It's great.
He even took me to Jump Jet.
I did.
He did.
I swear, good.
I was
story.
suspense for the night.
Listen, I love live music.
I went to Duran Duran.
You went to Duran Duran,
Yeah.
yeah. Because I'll buy tickets even if I can't go, just because I hope I can go.
Yeah.
And if I can't go, I give
And
them to
speaking
friends.
of live music, next Friday, Pacific Roots.
Oh, those
Right
guys
here.
are good too.
Yeah, they're
All
really
right.
good.
Yeah. We enjoy it.
Where's Pacific Roots?
They can
Right
play here.
here?
Last time they had,
Yeah.
last time they had a mosh pit. Remember, TC's like,
Oh,
my
yeah,
fucking
right.
God.
Last time they played,
Yeah, mosh pit.
we had the
All these
doors
people
open, and
showed
all
up.
these people showed up, and next thing you know, there's a mosh pit in the store. And I was like, what the? And this drunk homeless guy showed up wearing all white. It was like unbelievable.
He was
Like,
fucked up.
first off, a drunk homeless dude wearing all white. Like, that is just bizarre, right? And,
It looked like a Tide
Was
commercial.
it like a clean white?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Filthy
Oh,
white?
yeah, spotless.
He was like, you look like a Tide commercial.
No, it was the.
Maybe he just came from the laundromat. Who
Yeah,
knows?
yeah.
He washed himself. He took a
He
shower
was
that
better
way.
dressed.
Oh,
He
my
was better
goodness.
dressed than I was.
Pacific Roots, tune into that show. We might slam dance that night. 2 weeks?
Next Friday.
Thank you for saying slam dancing instead of moshing there.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, I'm the punk rock guy here.
Wait, but we want your band here. We want the band.
I'd love to have the band
Yeah.
here, but you know, it's just a matter of
Are you guys
getting through this.
practicing?
I would like to, but unfortunately, we're not right now. Nick lives near Yosemite, and Ed Greger is down. He
moved?
he
Oh.
has temporarily moved because he just needed to get out of this town because he's gnarly diabetic, and you know, the place he felt safest was at his parents' house. There's, you know, he's got everything he needs down
Quarantined
there,
there.
quarantined
Yeah,
up
got
there.
it.
And
What about Jimbo's? You still got drumsticks?
Jimbo, you know what? The best thing about Jimbo is, I swear, when I first brought him into the band with Ed and Jeff Rady and Nick, they were just kind of questioning his talent. But once we would start by listening to a song, and then we would play it almost exactly like how that song really was, you know. And Jimbo, everyone was just in awe with him because he just blew everyone's mind. He could just do that. He's an artist, so it's like he
You copy it.
He copied it to
Right.
it so perfectly.
Right.
So that's like, he's been one of my favorite bandmates ever. And it's awesome that he's an artist too. So he can help out with the graphics.
And going about, you're on the microphone. Emily, your missus, right, is making the masks.
My wifey Pooh, yep, she's making masks.
And
And
we
I
can,
can
how
just
can
drop
we,
them off.
yeah,
Should I show one of ours?
We love them.
yeah.
This one right here.
What's this, Missy, this one here?
This one
It
says,
says fuck Trump.
yes, it says fuck Trump.
Then what's this one?
Mine's Miles Snaps.
Miles
You
Snap.
gotta represent
Gotta represent for sure.
straight up.
I got ours too, right here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at that. the
Yeah,
board
right
room.
here. Let me show.
I gotta get one of those.
How can
now.
we get Emily's? Emily's making these right up, and it didn't take long at all.
You have a
to
spare
make
one,
them.
Susie?
Yeah.
Can I have one?
Yeah.
Emily's blown out 2 sewing machines, and
Thank you, Emily.
Thank
she
you,
talked
Emily.
to my father, and he bought her a brand new.
The Rolls Royce.
Yeah, the
I
Rolls
saw
Royce.
that, yeah, the Rolls Royce.
And it took her a day and a half to figure it out, but now she's
On it.
rolling. She's probably sitting there doing it right
You know
now.
what's right about
She's very
this?
good at it.
Yes.
You can pre-tie 'em, and then they just flip right on and you're done. It's
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she has the ties.
So sick.
She does the ties, and then we also
Elastic.
do the elastic, because sometimes the elastic is just easier to put on. And
Well, I don't think the masks are going away anytime in the near future, and I know for like for me, for like my friends and like my premier customers, when I give them one of those, it's better than a T-shirt and half the price.
and it's
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
advertisement.
And I really enjoy giving them away because I feel like not only is it a gift, but it's also can help protect them in public. So
I could get some off
yeah,
of that
thank you,
radio.
Emily, again.
I
Yeah.
could have them to make some off
Yeah.
of the radio show.
So and how if somebody who's watching and has a business and wants some custom masks, how can they reach Emily?
Custom masks. So Emily Myall Real Estate is her Instagram, or just Emily Myall on Facebook. You can contact her, and then if you're a company and you want to do such as we did here at the boardroom, I do all the printing, and then she does all the sewing.
Got it.
And
Team effort.
it really is, and you know, that's why we've stayed so close over these last few months.
Hey, and you want to know something funny about him?
What's that?
He met her at our skate contest, right? Was it our contest? What was it? A best trick or something? We did?
I didn't meet her then. She saw me, and
She fell for you that day.
and she didn't even stay.
what
She
was
went to
the-
the coffee.
What do you,
She
and
felt-
imagine this. He was sweating and his
Yeah.
shirt was off and she fell for him. That's love.
Was that what she fell for? That package?
Yep. Not my wallet stuff in your ass. So,
You guys should have seen Guerin slam at Buena the other day.
Was he?
Oh.
We went and skated Buena the other
You
day.
did?
Fill us in.
Yeah.
Can you describe what happened?
So Guerin called me and said he's gonna go out there with Marco, and he said, "Come out and skate." And I'm like, "Oh, should I?" And I hadn't been there in like 10 years, so I was like kind of scared.
And Jesse Golan's buttered it up.
Yeah.
It's nice right now.
It's
yeah.
buttery.
Mhm.
Jesse
Yeah.
did a good job.
Yeah, thank you,
And,
Jesse.
So I met him out there, and I took a few runs. Guerin took a few runs, and then Guerin was shooting the whole time with Marco and whatever. And then I pulled my camera out and I'm like, all right, Guerin, let's see some runs. And he got really high up on the one wall. And he came up to the wall that I was on, and I was leaning over shooting, and all of a sudden I seen the board shooting at the lens, and I'm like, oh no, and I just see Guerin just fly top to bottom, just right on his hip and elbow.
How'd that feel?
just on my left side, it was incredible. Let me tell you. I went up the wall.
Is the
and-
pool okay?
No. I think some of the plaster came off. It kind of sucked. It's funny because
Cloud of dust.
As a whole.
you know, 15, 17, 18, 22 years old, you know, you kind of roll out of these things. I just bounced and cracked. But I remember I was going up the wall, and I was kind of going up, and I started to turn, and my...
Lack of speed?
No,
you had plenty of speed.
The back wheels kind of slid out, and my front foot slid the opposite way, and I just went... "Ooh."
Did you get a photo?
I did.
Nice.
I did. I got
All
a
right.
sequence.
Yo, hey, I got good ones of him too, but not slamming, actually pulling the shit off. So,
I'd like to see that picture.
You know,
I'm
somebody
waiting to
said
see
there
it
was
as
an
well,
earthquake
so.
in Gilroy or something, but now I know it wasn't actually.
No,
an
no, it was
earthquake.
me.
There was a 3.0 tremor at Buena Exit on Highway 1.
What was the sound when he hit the ground?
That was a good thought. I
Was
mean, I
it?
was actually worried because he slammed his elbow hit.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, it was just the whole. Like,
You all
It was,
right?
I mean, I laid like flat on my. I mean, I fell straight just to my side. Actually, you know what? When I first got up, I mean, I just went ow, and I kind of looked at those guys, going, "I'm okay." and then I got up and I started walking up the pool, and then I got to the steps and I stepped on the first step and I felt something right in the middle of the femur.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I swear I have a fractured femur right now, but oh well.
You're good.
Yeah, duct tape.
Coach,
Wow.
we'll be back. Hey,
Hi,
speaking
Bill.
of big crashes, did you see that Sky Brown wreck she had?
oh yeah, that was crazy.
Oh my god, I don't know which ramp it was, but she must have fallen like 25 feet to the cement.
What was it?
She was trying to clear a gap on the short
Channel,
ramp, the
basically.
channel,
The
yeah.
gap.
And
basically,
just
between
and
ramps.
just bobbled a little bit and knew she wasn't gonna make it and bailed and just went straight to cement.
in between ramps.
Yeah.
So basically, she lost all her speed because she bobbled early.
Yeah.
Lost
yeah.
all her speed and flew in between platforms and went all the way
To the-
like,
to
like
cement.
20 feet down
Yeah.
on the cement.
Ouch.
But she's okay, and what a terrible accident. I hope
Yeah.
that, you know,
She's such a
she
trooper.
recovers
She's-
quick. Because she's like 12 or something, you know.
Yeah.
But she still bounces, you know, that's the thing. If Guerin fell that far.
Garen doesn't bounce.
I'm like a tomato.
It's thuds. Just like that plum.
She's actually someone
yeah.
that would like make you hopeful for the world.
Mm.
Her attitude and her like
I,
message.
yeah. Her little interview I saw at the hospital, she's
Yeah.
like, yeah, woo.
I felt like I deserved that. I needed to be humbled a bit. So, even though I think the last time we skated was the last time we took photos of each other at the downtown Santa Cruz park, where I can grind there just fine.
Wayne, I forgot how tight that place is.
The trains are little there,
It's
for
a little
sure.
different.
Yeah.
A little different.
But still, being able to watch like Meekster go up and grind it, I just could go,
Yeah.
fuck you.
Shout out,
Yeah.
shout out to Meekster.
Yeah, Meekster's always.
Meekster.
I've
Meekster.
been
Meekster,
working,
bro.
I've been working
Oh,
with Meekster. He's,
Subaru Brat.
Unbelievable what just pulled up out front.
Hey, don't you have to go
Right,
take a
right
picture of it now?
Mint
What
condition Subaru Brat just pulled up
Badass.
with those Coney wheels on it. Wow.
and a roll bar.
In a roll bar with fog lights.
Let's get the seats in the back.
Don't you have a little thing going?
That was
what's
parked out
out
front? Can I take a break and go do it?
I think you need to.
well,
We can just end the show.
No. I do want to ask you. I like this question because you have your finger on the pulse of like who's on the hot button surfing right now in town. Like, is there somebody that's caught your eye recently?
I mean, Noah Wagrick would have to be.
Noah's on fire.
He's on
Yeah.
fire.
He's been traveling a bit, or is he hanging out right now?
Everyone's hanging out right now.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I personally wouldn't get on a plane right now.
No.
So I would
Yeah.
imagine that they're all the same.
Why would you?
Yeah.
No.
And so, and Noah is another one I think is looking for sponsors, if I'm not mistaken, or is he?
No,
not
he's right.
now?
He got
He got hooked up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's-
Okay, good. He deserves it, in my opinion,
Yeah.
because he has that ability to kind of be anything.
He's
Throw him in a comp, throw him on a backpack, hike him somewhere. You know?
everything.
Yeah.
He gets along with everyone, and he's always positive.
We should
and
get him on the
smiling.
show.
Yeah, Noah's great. Well, he
I,
also won the
I
Huck
should.
Fest.
Yeah, I should, yeah.
Right? Did
Yeah.
you win? Yeah,
He
you
won
won
the
Huck.
hometown hug.
The
yeah.
hometown hug.
With the
Yeah.
life at sea. That was
Yeah,
cool.
that was awesome. What a great day that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was super fun.
But another thing, I took Noah on one of his first trips up to Alaska, and it was like spur of the moment trip with Nathan Fletcher. And you know, Noah was a grom, and he was just like wide-eyed and stoked. And after the first day of surfing, Nathan pulled me aside. He's like, "Who the fuck is this kid?"
Too stoked?
And he was like blown away. He had never heard of him before that trip.
Right.
Now they're buddies.
I bet.
Yeah.
Well, Noah's surfing ability is it's just it looks so easy. Yeah, to me,
Yeah.
he makes surfing
He's a
look
nice
so
kid.
easy.
He's a nice kid too.
Yeah.
And
There's a lot of kids too.
The other
Down kids
standout-
that are ripping.
The other standout to me, and I love filming right now, is Sam Coffey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're guaranteed to go with him and go get keeper clips, like filming. So the difference between me and Nelly takes the photos and I take the video.
I'm gonna tell you something about Sam Coffey. You ready? And you're a soccer fan. I coached him when he was 8, 9, and 10. And I told his dad, I go, "This your kid." And I've seen a lot of kids play soccer. Your kid that kid could be a professional soccer player if you want to take him down that road. And he did, obviously he didn't, but man, could he frickin' ball.
Yeah,
Could
he's
he
got
frickin'
so
play
much
ball.
talent. That whole family actually.
Yeah,
is
Yeah,
but
very
that
talented.
kid was fast, and he was so good.
And the genes are good there because when I was a kid, Ward Coffey was an amazing surfer.
Yeah.
You know, like he blew my mind every time I was with him.
A few years ago, I went with Sam and Alessandro Sliber, John Sliber, and Ward Coffey, and we went down to Mokoy's place down in Santa Cruz. And for some reason, Ward came out the winner. He won the contest. He had such rad lines. It was so rad to just watch him because I really never, watched him surf, but he was just blowing me away. Just
Ward
killing
Coffey
it.
was the king of 4 mile.
And natural bridges.
Yeah, he just had 4 miles hard punched.
Yeah.
It was insane. And Bud Miller.
Yeah.
Those two guys pretty much had it on lockdown. It was amazing when I was a kid watching them. So that's why, if you say the word coffee and it's like those kids, man, yeah. And plus he's probably one of the best surf coaches, Ward is.
Yeah.
He's so involved.
That's organization. That's what.
Yeah, it takes parental involvement to
Yeah.
make a surfer become a professional, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah, and I think he's got the mentality that if Sam really, if he had someone completely backing him, I mean, I know everyone is, but I think he would do really well.
And there's a younger generation of rippers.
Well, I was gonna say, it seems like
Yeah,
Adam Bartlett, right?
Yeah, Adam.
Yeah. Who took that little sequence? It was you, huh?
Me.
That backside barrel you got?
Yeah.
Dude, that was sick.
He's
Style points, man. I want to give him a high five when I see him.
he's stoked to have his dad be groggy,
Yeah. Well, he was so contorted in the barrel in that shot with
Yeah.
style. I give him props.
Yeah.
That's an awesome sequence.
Imagine having a dad like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, and Adam's sight.
He
It's
is.
frothing. And frothing is like the best characteristic to have be a surfer.
They have the best group.
Yeah,
have
no,
this
they do.
Group of
Yep.
just smiley,
Mhm.
awesome
And what
moms,
they do
you
in
know
a surfboard, you're like, what they can do is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Kinda like
There's
you and
gonna
a
be
paddleboard,
gnarly-
right?
There's gonna be a gnarly group that,
up.
Jackson Taylor,
Uh-huh.
James Daniels,
Yep.
Luke
About a
English,
quarter.
Jackson has really improved.
Strider,
Yeah, little Strider, yeah.
Anyway, there's a whole bunch
Yeah.
of them in there.
Yeah,
just like ripping.
Jackson.
Yes,
is-
sir.
Yeah, I said Jackson.
Yeah, I know, but
Jackson's
Jackson,
gnarly.
like watching him over the last couple of weeks, and I think Pete's been filming him, like him coming out of those little barrels. I was psyched to see that, and I'm like, yeah, leg strength. He's pushing
Mhm.
himself through those little first
trying
peak
really
lap
hard.
barrels. Yeah,
I feel like Jackson has a great chance to move up the ladder of surfing
For
for sure. He's got it all going on.
Yeah.
And Seth, his father's so stoked.
Yeah,
too.
super rad.
I think
Wrong
Seth's been waiting for the day when Jackson's gonna
Pay the bill?
overtake him in the ripping status,
Really?
and I think that we're getting close.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, no,
He's, like,
absolutely.
getting gnarly. He's like hunting huge
Mhm.
airs and sticking them, and,
Well,
and like
I'm just
getting
stoked
barreled.
Jackson's gonna be one getting the sprinter van for those guys, because
Yeah.
that's kind of, you have to have a sprinter van, to really be the deal. So
Yeah.
that's cool. Anybody else coming up that you
Oh,
think?
there's a lot, like that little reef kid from the west side ripping. There's so many people come to mind. That's
It's
just
fearless.
yeah.
Fearless.
let's talk about little Kiana Miller.
Oh yeah.
She's
Oh,
starting
yeah.
to shred now too, and it's
Yeah.
like
She's
I
been
want the
shredding.
yeah,
she's
she's
been
been
winning
shredding
for a while. Yeah.
and it's awesome
And
to
she
have.
seems
it.
to
Got
have
a
her
crazy
contest.
backhand.
Her contest report's really good. And that's Bud Miller's daughter.
Yep.
And Amy Zavala, who's one of the best female surfers this town's seen, in my opinion. Amy was ripping when there was very few women in the lineup. And so, again, the genes and the experience, when you're born into that, it gives you a big advantage. And
Yeah.
so I think Kiana's got a bright future too, if she just, it all depends on what fork in the road you take.
Yep.
And so it's fun to see as the years go on, as we all get older, to watching the history of what the decisions these kids make
Yep.
and who advances.
The new generations and the it's just
It's not a druggy party generation.
No.
No.
And that's what's so awesome, and what I really love what's
Yeah.
going on right now.
The thing I do love the most is like Seth and Frog. I've seen some of my friends coach their kids down in Southern California where they're just all over their ass, and it just makes the kid want to just stop. And of course one of them did. He could have been one of the top pro skaters in the world, and he was killing it at 13 years old. And all of a sudden, he was just pushed over the edge.
You're talking about David Eggers?
No. Yeah, but that's what happens. I think we're mellow about that. We want to see our kids do well. You know, I'm stoked. I get to go film his daughter. I get to film my daughter, you know, go out there. I'm not looking for her to be a pro. I want her to go have fun and enjoy Santa Cruz and enjoy what we grew up doing here.
It's funny that one more thing I wanted to say, and before you decide to end the show, but it seems like one of the surfers that's getting the most attention in this town right now is a dog, Skylar. You know, like it's pretty amazing to see that this four-legged dog is getting as much exposure as pretty much anybody.
She is so awesome, and it's just like I feel so blessed too, and so does Guerin too.
You guys do a lot
to
of
have a
that.
actual relationship with that dog, and owner obviously, but she is just like the most amazing like spirit.
Yeah.
Skylar is.
I'm gonna say a word about my dog that passed away, Rusty. He used to be out there surfing with me.
Yeah.
Nothing like surfing with your dog.
Nothing.
Nothing. He was unbelievable.
Yeah.
They just. I don't know if they want. I think they more than just surfing for the dog. It's the loyalty they have with the owner.
Yeah.
The loyalty that dog has with Homer. He could stand on a rocket to the moon, and the dog would stand on the side of the rocket.
Yeah.
Rusty didn't like the water. He hated the water. Hated it.
But would go surfing with you.
Didn't want to get beat. You throw a stick or a ball in the water. Fuck you! I ain't going to get
Yeah. You know what? Skylar's the same way.
No, I'm getting it.
Skylar's the same way, but as soon as he breaks out that surfboard,
Yeah.
she's jumping for
Yeah.
it. I mean, we both sit there and
Because
witness
I
it.
don't think it's for surfing. I think it's because he's going to spend that time alone with Homer. On that,
That's
Homer
cool.
Homer loves it,
Yeah.
and he's loving it too.
I think he.
That's a dog.
yeah.
You don't have a new dog. That's that loyalty to the dog. Dog has fucking loyalty.
What's your new dog's name?
Mo.
Mo?
Mo is
Mokalea.
darling.
All right.
Her real name's Mokalea, but we call her Mo, and she's a little chocolate lab,
Oh, the chocolate labs are so good.
and she's growing like 2 pounds a day. So it's hilarious. I go wake
I mean,
her up in the
flip-flops. I mean,
morning.
your flip-flop sheet and
She's eating at least maybe 10.
Who's on poop duty? Who got poop
That's
duty?
me.
You're a poop duty
I'm
guy?
poop duty,
All
yeah.
right.
And she ate like this one day. I gave her peanut butter on this big, thick peanut butter lid. She ate the peanut butter and then she ate the lid.
Uh-oh.
So we had some scary moments.
Oh,
She ate
dude.
the whole plastic lid.
I had one of
Big,
those.
thick ones.
I had one of those soft tubs when I had my boxers, loafers, and skins. Those dogs ate the hot tub. I swear, pulling shit out their asses for days. The foam, the vinyl. I'm like, how the hell do you do that?
They ate the hot tub?
They ate the hot tub. I had to throw the damn thing away. It was just, they ate big chunks out of it. It was ridiculous. My dogs were so awesome, and
That is
but
insane.
I can't wait to see if you end up surfing with your dog.
yeah,
It's possible.
yeah.
Hey, chocolate labs love water.
Don't scare him.
She's interesting. She's really, really, really smart.
Beautiful dog.
Do you have desire to get her in the water or to paddle out maybe?
Yeah.
On a small day, go see how it goes?
For sure. I
Yeah,
mean,
why not? You gotta learn, right?
Why not? You
Yeah.
know?
See how she
But,
does. Maybe Skylar can come and give her a few
Yeah,
tips to
maybe
Mo,
so.
all right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say thank you. I had to say thank you to Meekster. I'm coming out with a new book.
Oh, I've heard about this.
Meekster's been helping me. He's helping with design and stuff, and layout and all that stuff. But there's no way in the world I could do it.
Mm-hmm.
He is the master of all that stuff.
When's this book coming out? Is it gonna be a coffee table type book?
Yeah. So it's gonna be. There's gonna be a couple different books, but
Like around Christmas time?
it's gonna be before that. You know,
Right.
we're shooting for fall.
It's
Okay.
self-published? Are you?
We're gonna do the first run through Bay Photo Lab,
Mm-hmm.
and then
See how it goes.
we're gonna send out the samples to the publishers.
Wow, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
And who's picking out these photos?
I'm picking out all the photos. Meekster's doing all the layout design, so it's
And
It's just photos, no pros, not just photos, correct?
just photos, and
Right.
then any photo. Anyway, I don't want to blow it all out there, but
No, no.
there's gonna be stories behind the photos.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
awesome. Can't wait to see it.
It's gonna be
And
fun.
how, do you have like an idea of how much the usual 30, 50 buck range? or
Yeah.
something? Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Awesome. That's
Yeah.
great.
All right.
Congrats to
So I'm doing
that.
one special book on Santa Cruz.
Good.
It might be a series of 2 books. Because
Very cool.
Because you have so much.
I've come across so many. I mean, some of the stuff I totally forgot about.
Earlier I was saying how you've been posting a lot of photos that you've taken over the years of the slides, taking pictures of the slides on your social media. So anyone who's not following Dave Nelson on social media, you should, because it's such a memory lane thing that you've been doing.
Yeah.
Nelly's magic moment.
Yeah, no,
I
it
haven't
is.
seen
Nelly's
me, I've
magic
never been, I
moments.
haven't on there.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
I haven't seen me on there yet.
But
I'm waiting.
it's amazing that you're doing that. And then I've been noticing a lot of these people, they love sharing those slides. That you,
It's fun because
Yeah.
it was filmed, you know, I mean, it was such a different process than what we're doing now, and it was like, you know, you only got 36 shots in a roll of film, and then when you were done shooting, you had to swim in, you had to change film, you know, and
Right.
then you had to protect that roll of film until you got it developed.
how many photos can you take in a session if you paddle out right now with the digital world?
Thousands.
At one session,
Yeah.
you can literally just hold it down and just
Yeah,
take
and
that.
that's why there's no learning curve anymore, and it's
Yeah.
kind of lost its, you know, intrigue a little
Lost
bit.
it lost its soul.
Lost a little bit of its soul, for sure.
Well, for us, it kind of it made the cameras, the accessibility of kids just picking up their cameras, digital ones, and just taking photos now, and not really taking our jobs away, but before I've got this lens and I've got this, I spent $14,000, and now it's like $1,200, and I'm a professional
Right.
filmer,
Right.
photographer, and
Right.
and hey,
Everyone has a podcast now, and
It's watered the whole thing down
Yeah.
quite a bit.
Well, it sounds like you've rediscovered some other loves that you have that have come from that are keeping
Totally.
you busy. And I know you're still working. Are you on retainer with anybody right now?
Yeah.
Okay, you are. Okay, because I know that's always a photographer's like sort of gas money, comes from that. So. And are you two, right? So both
I
you
am.
guys are on retainer in the surf industry, and so it's still there.
It's still there.
Yeah.
It's still there. It's still magic. It's just changed.
Mhm.
And as an older photographer,
right,
it was a little harder to change with the times,
right.
to realize that like the best photographer doesn't win anymore. Now it's the guy who's the best on the computer.
Editing.
Quickest to the
And that
beach.
was crazy for me to realize. When I realized that, I was like, well, I better figure it out.
Right.
It's up to me. This is all on me. I can't blame anybody else.
But you have a name. But you have the name too. You have the name, which is very important. These guys
Oh.
just buy a camera. They don't have a name.
Your reputation is your name, because
Right.
you get the job done, and that's important for people who have a deadline.
But it's all the connections that
Yeah,
he's
you-
had
well,
over
that's-
the
that's
decades.
the reputation.
Yeah, so that helps him out a great deal. I had a late start on it because I'm editing everyone's shit so much, so I can't even.
You're the editor?
Yeah, and we're starting our own podcast. It's called Over the Falls.
That's good. I like it.
One more question I got for you, Nelly. You've been all over the world. If tomorrow you were to go somewhere, based on your experiences traveling, I know you've been everywhere, surf-wise. But if you had to get on a plane, and go, where would it be?
I would go to Reunion Island for a few different reasons. First of all, that wave is messed up.
Got the left on Reunion?
Yeah, it's San Lou. But I have a really good, one of my best friends lives there, and I've been talking to him a bunch throughout this whole thing, and I just really want to visit. He's got a secret spot out in the Seychelles, the Seychelles Islands that he wants to bring me to. That's not as sharky as Reunion.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to revisit because I've been there twice, and I lived there for almost a year one time.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh, the Reunion Island. And that
It's
is
just Reunion Island.
A
It's
Reunion
a French
Island?
island outside of Madagascar,
Yeah.
in the Indian Ocean out
Wow.
there, and it's the most magic place.
I bet the fishing's great.
Yeah,
You
well,
see-
the fishing's out of control.
I want to say one thing. I want to say what Chris said. I'm going to repeat what Chris said last week.
Okay.
From Specialized Helicopter.
Okay.
He said that if you surf south of Santa Cruz at the beaches, you will get visited by a great white shark.
That's so heavy the way he said that. It gave me
You should see
anxiety.
Guerin's new photos that he just took with
I
his
saw
cell
those.
phone.
Yeah, no, you had some great
Well,
shots.
we were just looking at him before we came here, and he's like, "You gotta shut that down. I'm sick of looking at him." But it's like I seriously went up. I took my daughter Taylor. We went up to the bluffs, threw the drone up, and within a minute, going out just from New Brighton, not even to the cement ship. There are 5 big old great whites.
Yeah.
Well, what Chris said, he goes, every time you surf the beaches, a shark knows you're there.
Yeah.
Every time.
They'll come up 20 yards from you. They just
Yeah.
check you out.
Yeah.
Don't pee in the water because they come up behind you. You're paddling and peeing. They come up behind you.
Yeah, you don't
You
want
want to
that.
see what's going on with that.
If you see it, don't see it again.
I have a solution.
don't go.
What's your solution?
I ain't surfing out there. I ain't surfing out there, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, if you
Get
guys, the people listening, Chris from Specialized Helicopters was here last week, and it's an amazing show because he has more experience seeing these sharks than anybody, and he's watched them how they behave, and it's really scary when he says to you, "You paddle out there, I guarantee you will be visited by a shark."
Yeah.
Didn't you also
You
tell
can't
me?
see them because they're
No, you
Yeah,
can't see
you
it.
can't
And
see
then
it.
maybe
they're
20
yards
yards.
away.
Yeah.
They know you're there.
Yeah.
They smell
And,
you.
didn't he tell you that, I think I was talking to you last week, that every year it's doubled?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And what
He says
happens
he
is they
sees
go
twice
swim-
as much.
He says they go swim down, they go feed in the trench, and they come back full, and they go hang out by in the hot water there, like fat pig. Like if we have a big dinner, we're like, they
The
just kind of
couch.
lays around.
Yeah.
But you're gonna get the occasional ones like, I ain't gonna go fucking swim all the way over there. I ain't swimming over there. I'm gonna take a little jaunt down here, see what food I can find down here.
Well, he was saying that there was a period of time where he just wasn't seeing any life in the water down there, and it really concerned him. And it was right
No
when
seals.
it was
no-
right when Ben had his tragic accident down there. It was because he thought that there actually was food issues for the sharks, and so if they were hungry, he says he's not a scientist. This is all his observations, but he says when they get hungry, they swim out and get food, and then come back on the couch, which is the warm water in the shore pound. But if they get hungry and they know there's not food, they're gonna look right there, and that's what and then he said all the other things that gave me anxiety during the show. I'm like, oh my god, just shut up.
I've visited several people going, do not go out there. Do not. People I know that surf down there. I've been visiting with their office. Go, don't go. You
Skimpy.
cannot go.
You know, Skimpy.
Yeah.
Skimpy's gonna go out, I think, tomorrow morning. He wants to go out on a paddleboard. He wants to go paddleboard over
No.
with them and shit.
No.
So,
No.
Well, you
no.
know what you can do. What according to Chris's observations is you can see them once, but don't see the same shark twice, because the shark will think that you're antagonizing it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah. So so we can end it on that.
Okay, we've been listening to the Update Radio Show. Thanks again. The legendary, take a
Have a
bow,
good session.
take a bow, please, Mr. Dave Nelson.
Dave Nelson, Nelly's Magic Moments,
And
Make sure and vote.
his date,
in
and
November.
his sidekick,
Not
and his
Trump.
date.
Hey, tonight. Who's picking up the tab? I heard.
Next Tuesday's guest. We have a show next Tuesday with One-Armed Bandit,
Oh, great. Oh, yeah.
Denholm.
Yeah, Jeff's coming back.
Jeff's coming back.
Jeff
Jeff's
Denholm's,
awesome.
yeah, he's an Patagonia ambassador,
Right.
and incredible waterman, and that's
And-
a great
And then
storyteller.
next Friday, Pacific Roots.
Pacific Roots, and maybe we'll have to be slam dancing, Guerin.
Jesus Christ.
not until I don't want to hear it comes
I
and
gotta shout out
plays.
to. I gotta give a shout out to John Rivera from the Chardonnay and also Coldwell Banker. Thanks, John, for sponsoring the show. I want to thank. God, I don't know what's going on with Chill Out.
You know what? I've been wanting to get a fatty out of there.
They're chilling.
Well, soon they'll be rolling fatties.
I
Let's
hope so.
Yeah.
Alfaro,
So-
Felix Alfaro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Sean Roby from
Oh,
Farmers
he's
Insurance
getting
sponsors the
a
show.
shout
Thanks,
He should.
Sean.
Felix.
462-3222. Sean, don't go surf down there at the beaches, for Christ's sake. I want to thank Timmy from Pono, Numa from Lower Island Grill. I want to thank Santa Cruz Mountain Brewery. Thanks, Emily, who else sponsored the show. Kayak Connections, so Dave, great for today. Kayak Connections open.
Yeah, Elkhorn Slough?
Yep, Elkhorn Slough and the Harbor. I want to thank Surf City Sandwich. They went there today, had the chicken.
Big. Yeah, I bet you did.
They're looking for a chef. So any chefs out there who wants a gig, Surf City Sandwich looking for a chef. Jamie from Santa Cruz Coral.
Don't forget.
Don't forget
the boardroom,
The
people.
boardroom here. The Wave Clock. Great Father's Day coming up.
Great gift.
Either great gift,
Great gift.
get a wave clock or
Yep.
a skateboard.
Yeah.
Or both.
Why not?
You know?
Congratulations to all the graduates, too.
And happy birthday
Look at all
once
those
again.
skateboards.
Thank you.
Happy birthday,
Okay.
TC.
All right, thanks.
Good job to our local officials. A lot of them. Andy Mills, Chief Andy Mills, who's going to come back on the show, hopefully soon.
Yep.
Said he's going to come back. Mayor Justin Cummings doing a good job. John Leopold, Supervisor Leopold, they're all doing a good job.
They're all trying.
They're all trying. Nobody wants those gigs.
That's all.
Thanks, Gerard Butler, too.
Gerard Butler
Hosting
here.
the show.
Oh my God.
Gerard Butler, that's it. Dude, you put on like a modeling shot. I saw it on Instagram.
Did you see that?
Yeah, you're all slick back
I
and
didn't
stuff.
see that.
Yeah, oh yeah. I was like, Gerard Butler. What the hell? You could be a stunt double for him.
I should, huh?
You should.
I should have been in that damn movie,
You
too.
should have.
Huh?
Well,
Well,
could have
we're
done
gonna
it.
do I'll
Next
see you
week,
next week with Jeff Denholm.
Jeff Denholm, the one-armed bandit, dude.
Bathroom.